We are going to look at how to create forms with HTML. What at all is forms? We do fill forms every day. Logging into Facebook, you are required to add or input your username and your password. All these are examples of a form page. So in today's lesson, we are going to learn how to create forms using we are going to learn how to create forms in HTML. So stay with me as I walk you through the whole process. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you. Let's move on. Yes, so you're welcome. You're welcome back to this channel. So I was saying we are going to create forms. So those of you who are new to the channel, visit the previous videos so that you will be able to understand what is meant by doc type or the meta heads over here. So we move on. So I've already titled this as forms. I've already titled it as form. So let's say I want to give it a header. So a header, that is, so I want to underline the header. I'm going to use the U, small u, then I'm going to write forms. So, or let's say Facebook. Let's use Facebook for instance. For Facebook, let's say it's a header for Facebook. Now let's use the P, that's the paragraph, small p, sorry, a small p. So we want to create a form. First of all, we are going to use the label and the input. So we start with label. So we want to label our box or our form. So let's say we have to fill the form with our surname first. So surname, then just input a surname over here with a colon. Then under it we write input because we want to write something inside the box that is a text. So the input type is text. So we are going to add required. It means you are supposed to fill that particular form or that particular, you have to fill that particular form before you are required to move to the next, or you are required to submit everything. So required, we've added the required. Now under this paragraph, let's use the break tag, the break element, sorry. So another label for first name, so let's use first name. So inside this we have our first name over here with a column. Then under it we have our input. So this one too is input type, that is text. So we can also, this is a form of, another form of input. So let's say the name is, right now the name is already here, so the ID will be still, let's say, surname or first name, right? First name, we are going to use the first name, required. So you have to fill that. So let's use required and let's save it. Now I want us to come to gender, or I want us to, so we are going to use the break tag, the break element. Sorry, it's quite confusing. So we are using the break element. Then we have label. So label for, so label for gender. So let's write gender. So gender, let's say gender. So we are done. Under it, let's use the select, because we have to select more than one or one. So select, so we are going to use gender. Select ID gender. So gender. We are going to use the options. Option value, that is select your gender. select your gender. Let's write it here. So select your gender. Let's see what appears. So let's refresh it and see how it appears. So this is it. We haven't added anything. So let's move back to our code. So select your gender. Select your gender. Sorry. Select. So let's use department. Let's use department. So we have a label here, and we have the label for department, and inside it you have a department. So select ID will be the department, the name should be the department, and it's required for you to choose. Now the options. So option value, you have to select the department. So we have it here. So let's save it and let's debug it and see how it appears on the web. So we have it here, department. When you click here, you are going to see computer science, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. Just choose one. So this is how we create options for you to choose. So options, let's move to the code. So we start with select ID. So let's create another option. So on the next line, let's use the gender. So we are going to use label. So label for gender, right? Let's use the gender again. So label for gender, and inside it we have gender. So gender. Now let's use the select ID. So select ID. So let's say the name is gender, right? Gender. And the ID is also gender. Then let's add required, because it is required for you to fill that part. So the select will be down here. Now we have options. Come to options. So the value of the options, we won't put anything here. So inside this we are going to say select gender. Select gender. Then select gender. That's the first option. In option 2, I'm going to write male over here. So you are going to choose male. You are going to write male. Male. Then we move to the next option, that is female. Female. I hope you get everything. We are getting everything. So female. Let's save it and let's debug it and see. So we also have this here, gender, male or female. So this is how we create options. Gender, male or female. So you choose one. When you refresh, this is what you are going to see. Select gender, select department. So now let's use the break element. So what should we do next? Okay, let's create another one. So password. Now let's go with the password. So let's use label for password. So label for password. Label for password. Sorry. Label for password. Password. That's it. Now come down here, type input. So input. Now we are not going to use text. We are going to write password. So password here. So now let's say required, because it's also needed. Now after that, use the break element again. Let's say label for another password. So password. Then let's label it retype. retype password, retype password. Now another input over here. So this is password, then the name is also password, then ID is also password. So password required, let's add the required. Now let's debug it and see. So this is what we have over here. So Facebook, surname, first name. So password, this is what you are going to see. It's not going to appear as text. If you write text, it will come or it will appear like this. But once you type password as the ID, it's going to appear like this. This is how the password is going to appear. This is how the password is going to appear. So you continue. Now, after everything, we need to submit. We are supposed to submit our form. We are supposed to submit our form. So a break, let me add another break so that I'll space it out, another break. So how do we submit? So this is where we use the button. So button, so the button type, inside this we have the button type. Now we have button, we have reset, we have submit. We are going to use submit. Then let's say save. Let's write save over here. So now let's debug it and see how it appears. So have you seen the button over here? Save. Don't worry, it won't work because there is no JavaScript and even no CSS. So it looks, this is the real structure of the form. This is the real structure of the form. We are learning HTML. Very soon we'll be moving on to CSS. So just subscribe to the channel so that you get any latest update when a video is being posted. So submit, we've submitted the form. That is save button, save button. So this is how to create a form. This is how to create a form in HTML. In HTML. In our next lesson, we are going to look at how to style our form sheet or how to add CSS to our HTML or link CSS to our HTML. Thank you. How was the lesson? Was it really helpful? If yes, let me know it in the comment section. Once again, my name is Henry Anim-Antwi, your tutor for today. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and follow for more videos as time goes on. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.